Hi, credit union friends, and welcome to the BD Now channel. Today we have Ana Montoya with Rock Valley Credit Union with us. Super excited to talk with you.
Thank you, Julie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Start with telling us just a little bit about your credit union.
Sure. So Rock Valley Credit Union was born here in the Midwest. We were born in Rockford, Illinois, and like a lot of credit unions, was founded with average members who were in the manufacturing industry. And since then, we have grown. We are about 16,000 plus members strong, serving 9 counties that cover the southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois region. And we are 175 million in assets.
Okay, good. I asked Victor Coro, I'm like, who's doing amazing work in the multicultural space? And he was like, this is who you need to talk to.
Hola, mija. Hey, Ma, the recipe calls for repollo. What's re-chicken?
¿Qué pasó, mija?
Hola, Ma. Who's Ira Roth? Hey, Mama, Dad texted me ponte las pilas, but what about the battery? Hola, Ma. Hola, Ma.
Dios mío. Mi hija necesita un poquito de ayuda.
Claro, por eso estamos aquí.
¿Puedo poner mi perro como dependiente?
Hablemos primero de tus ahorros.
Rock Valley Credit Union, here for wherever life takes you.
We all saw the ad. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the insights you gathered before you made that?
Yeah, so what kind of led us down the path of pursuing the Hispanic market was really twofold. We had our board really ask us, like, does this make sense for our VCU to connect more with and grow our Hispanic market membership? So we really started looking at data, one, partnering with our friends at Copera, who was able to help us understand who our current membership was, where they were, where we had a large presence in certain branches, and more granular, right? We were able to see from a product standpoint, like what products they had with us. And just that relationship as a whole. And we took that information and further dissected it as to, the statistics that are out there with the Hispanic market having a growing wallet share and the loyalty aspect of it. And so that's really what kind of like sparked our fire, right? And we took that information and our board said, yep, go ahead and we'd like to start marketing towards this market. And so our marketing team, really developed a strategy. And rather than focusing on, all right, we wanted to grow by X percent within a year, we said, no, knowing what we know, we really wanted to just focus on building relationships and building trust and really understanding our members and their unique needs in our communities. And that's what we did. We sat down with our own frontline teams and that were in that market. We connected with specific people in the community. We were present at key places and events throughout our communities. And so, this ad that you just saw was really centered around like conversations that our own Hispanic target market was having, where they, that next generation of their children, or maybe it's like nieces or nephews, they understand cultural things, but they're probably speaking to you in like Spanglish, is what we call it. And so it was like, I could put myself in their shoes too. It's like we would go to our parents for like, help us figure these things out. And it's like your parents don't always have all the answers. So that's where a trusted resource like Rock Valley can really help you get to that next step.
Did anything really surprise you when you did the research?
When we did our research for strategy, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Not really. I mean, I think I always tell myself like I feel like I had like an insider's I had the inside scoop of like, all right, I know where our community is. I know what's important to them. I know um, some of the, the barriers that exist with our target market. So it's like, all right, let's talk to these people who don't know about us just yet. Introduce them as friends first, build those relationships, and then everything else will kind of come. That's kind of the approach that we led with.
I know when I talk to Victor, he's like, drill down, drill down, drill down. Like, you don't have to, like, is it a Guatemalan community you have? Is it, like, figure out like what types of communities you have and then go deep into that one sector. I think for credit unions, what I see is it just is this huge, big thing. And then it paralyzes us because where do you start? How much do you do? Do you have to do it all before you do a little bit? And one of the
Yeah,
things Victor told me about you is like, he's like, you just dove in and you
absolutely.
like did you built
Yeah.
a strategy, but then you took action.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, one of the things that I think all credit unions and we can attest to it too. First, is that you might think like, oh my gosh, now that we're pursuing this new market, does that mean that all of our, brochures and all of our legal and all of our signage and all of our marketing has to change? And the short answer is like, no, you have to really, like Victor said, narrow it down. And so, and stop thinking about it like this blanket, right? Like this blanket, you're going to cover this entire market. You wouldn't think of it with your any other, target market that you would have. So why are you thinking about it in that regards to a different, ethnic community? And so that's what we led with is that we wanted to go after the Gen Z millennials. And because, they are the ones that are going to influence the generations above and the generations below. And we wanted to be super relatable. So that was our, approach is that let's lead with that.
Yeah. So the ad without subtitles, I want to talk to you about that. Tell us about the conversation that led to that and the confidence you had to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, so we put obviously people who look like the people we wanted to pursue. So it's a mom and a teenage girl. And I could find myself having these same conversations with my teenage boys where they're independent enough, but not yet, just quite. But and their questions around, you know, what does this mean? And taking it so literally, it's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Where have I gone wrong? But there's also that humor aspect too of being like so relatable. Like you can put yourself in these shoes of these parents um and ask for help. And I think we wanted to come off as that approachable space where you can go to us for these things. So that's what the ad really covered. We've
Mhm.
had other videos like member testimonials who the young man who actually we interviewed, he didn't speak any Spanish at all. And we were like, that's okay, let's just run with it. But we put in there like clips of him doing things that were, it had his family involved and had activities involved. And we're like, it's gonna work. And it did. It's one of the most successful testimonials that we've ever done.
My name is Julian Lugo, and I would describe myself as outgoing. I like to try new things and hardworking. Boxing not really a hobby, it's more of a lifestyle. But hobbies, I like to go skiing a lot. I like to hang out with friends. I like to bowl. I got into boxing because I used to wrestle actually. My uncles also used to box, and it really clicked really fast. I really liked it, so I ended up growing up and doing it. I still did other sports growing up, but for some reason, boxing was always number one. Two-time Golden Glove state champion, bronze medal national champion. I'm going for a third gold medal to this year. What I love most about being an RBC member is the community and the people around it. My big financial goals is obviously to buy my parents out of retirement. That's obviously main goal always. I feel like that should be everyone's goal because I feel like they work so hard for me. I want to be able to work hard for them and just be financially free. I mean, a lot of people be like, I want to be rich, I want to be a billionaire, but I really just want to be free enough where my kids are happy, I'm living a happy lifestyle, and I'm relaxed. I don't gotta have the nicest thing, I don't gotta have the fanciest car, but as long as I'm happy and I'm free, then that's good for me. I would tell them that they are very welcoming, very nice, and it's really easy to get to things. Rock Valley has always been in my corner and will be for wherever life takes me.
what's resonating, I mean, with me, and I'm just keep thinking like you're just being so genuine about it, right? Real
Mhm.
people, real situations, real life is happening.
Yeah. Yeah, people appreciate seeing. I mean, this is no, it's not like rocket science. It's, tried and true. Your marketing strategy is people want to be seen, and we want to be relatable. And, there's oftentimes like that embarrassment side, like of, any financial things, like situations that you've ever been in where like it's like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. But it's also really funny the way that we present it in our ads that we're able to make that connection and build that trust. So it's not that stuffy, um, typical traditional banking marketing that we're used to seeing.
What impact have you seen
Mhm.
since launching this?
Yeah, so we recently recapped with our friends and our partners at Copera, and we were interested because again, our strategy was not like let's lead with growth, let's lead with growth. It was with lead with relationships and connections. But the data mattered too. Like it mattered to tell us if the strategy was right, if we needed to make any adjustments. And so when we looked at our data, we saw an 11% growth in our Hispanic market membership. But what was most interesting of to me was that that growth, what it translated to was our average member age for our Hispanic membership was 7 years younger than any other of our market segments. So that really hit home to saying that the strategy and the tactics that we had in place were really resonating with that audience. Um, we also saw an increase in checking accounts with this membership base that, that means that those products are really resonating with them over any other segment. So that was really exciting to see.
Anna, congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you.
Amazing work, amazing work. And what's next?
We have a busy year as always ahead. We continue to always reevaluate our products and our services, our service model to align with, the segments that we're pursuing. So I always say like stick around because we always have something up our sleeve. We're just really excited to continue to build relationships.
Well, everyone, we know who to follow, right? Let's follow you. Anna, what's one piece of advice you would give credit unions that are still thinking, considering about how to make moves into the space? I know I see a lot of people joining organizations, associations, but what else can they take back to their marketing and leadership team for ideas on what to do next?
So if you're thinking about pursuing a specific, target market, we always lead with the mindset of looking at your data to really help you understand where you are and where you want to go. And then if you're serious about entering a certain market, you have to go all in and everybody has to be all in. Um, and really narrow down your focus. Again, I think really reiterating what our friends at Copera said is, don't think of it as just a blanket market. Like you wouldn't think of it in any other, target market that you're going after. Don't think of it in this space either. Um, and reevaluate. We always reevaluate to see if, our strategies are working, if they're resonating with them. And if not, then, you got to reevaluate and adjust.
So why don't you share with us a social spotlight? Who do you follow that inspires you?
My goodness. So I have such an appreciation for so many women that are inside the credit union space. I can think of like our own leadership team here at Rock Valley Credit Union. All of the women here on our team are just superstars from what they do here at the organization, but also how they lead in like their own homes and their personal lives and in our community. It's just always inspiring. At the Illinois Credit Union lead level, we have Libby Calderon, who's our president. She's amazing. But outside of the credit union space, I think brings back to what we're talking about is that being bicultural allows you to really be inspired by, people who are in both spaces. So growing up, one of the biggest persons that I looked up to was Maria Elena Salinas, who is a reporter. She was world renowned. Completely, that was who I aspired to be and continue to look up to her. But Yeah, lots of women. Michelle Obama is another one of my favorites too. So
Same, same. Oh. Well, this was so fun. Thank you, Anna, for joining us today.
thank you so much, Julie. It's been fun.
We'll see you next time, everyone.